It is the Bobby Moe Show right here on the RMU Athletics Game Day app. I'm the play-by-play voice of Robert Morris University basketball and football, Chris Shovlin. Great to have you aboard for a special show. And we're going to hit the hat trick here today because we have three members of the Robert Morris women's basketball team getting set to join us. They are Esther Castito, Mackenzie Amelia, and Esther Castito. They're all coming up next right here on the Bobby Moe Show. Parents, sign your kids up for the all-new Romo's Kids Club presented by Mike and Tony's Gyros. It's free for all kids 12 and under. Your kids get free admission to select RMU men's and women's basketball games, special game day activities, and free Mike and Tony's kids meals. And parents get special ticket pricing for any extra tickets. Register today at rmucolonials.com/kids club or call 412-397-4949. Our first guest on the Bobby Moe Show today and this week is Esther Castito. She's a member of the women's basketball team, a forward, 6'1", a sophomore from Argentina. And Esther, you're a first here at Robert Morris. You're the first ever player in program history to come from Argentina. So no one's ever going to beat you at that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Why Robert Morris, all the way from South America?
Well, after playing the World Cup, I talked with one of the coaches, and I thought that it was like a great opportunity for me to play and study at the same time here. It's so much easier here than back home. So this program was a successful program, and I wanted to try studying and playing at the same time.
Let's talk about your experience playing in the World Cup. Obviously a very prestigious tournament, and tell me about it. Give me some history.
Well, we work hard. It was a under-19 World Cup, and we work hard. We had like a good tournament overall, and we didn't get like as much victories as we wanted to, but Argentina is not that good in basketball as other countries around the world. Every time that we go to the World Cup, it's like really tough for us because we don't have as much size as other countries. So I think that it was a good experience to see how other players play around the world and just see a really good FIBA basketball.
Sure. Well, compare that experience to playing here at Robert Morris and playing in the Horizon League right now. Is it tougher here?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think that in the World Cup you have really good level, and I think that you also have these countries that are not as good as others. Here is like more, you have more competition. Sure. Because the teams are more likely to be very, very competitive and just be in the same level.
Okay, gotcha. Esther Castito is my guest here in this segment of the Bobby Moe Show. Our first guest, where we have two more women's basketball stars coming in to talk to us. But right now we're focusing on Esther. You're the second leading scorer on the team at this moment in time, 9 points a game. 4.5 rebounds. Obviously, you have to go up and hit the glass, which is very, very important. I'm sure Charlie loves that. But, you're also a 2020-2021 Horizon League all-freshman team member. So you came in here and played some strong basketball your first year.
Well, I tried to do my best. I came here hungry. I was all the time trying to do my best and help the team. And I didn't expect that at all, playing so much for the team because I was a freshman, and sometimes when you just come to a program that it's new, you just expect to see the seniors or juniors playing more than you, but I work hard to get that spot, and well, I did my best.
And you did so well that the team named you the most valuable player last year, which had to be a nice feather in your cap.
Yeah, of course. It's just a nice reward to receive, but at the same time, it's nothing that can change my way to work every day.
Let's talk about the relationships you're building with your teammates. And we have two more of your teammates coming up on the Bobby Moe Show shortly here. But you're from Argentina. You're the first Argentinian to play here at Robert Morris in the women's basketball program. But there are young women from literally all over the world, including Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, who are playing for Robert Morris right now. What's the relationship building process here been like for you? And obviously you're in your second year of this program, but what's it been like to meet all these new people?
Well, it's amazing. It's amazing to meet new people, meet new cultures, and meet all this new stuff that you learn every single day. I think that it was kind of a challenge last year to adapt to every single culture because we have people from Japan, Finland, Spain, Canada, and of course America. And it was crazy because it was like a lot of people from all over the world. But I think that we did a great job just working together and learning from each other. It's nice to get to know every single culture.
You know, I talked to Coach B on this show a couple of weeks ago, and I told him just like music is an international language, basketball is too. Yeah. When you get right down to it, you know, I asked him about, the language barrier in some cases that, he's worked through down through the years. And he said, really, there isn't one because everybody understands the language of basketball. So that has to help. Yeah,
of course. That's the main thing. Of course, we are here to study, but sure, at the same time to play. And I think that the basketball is the thing that it's connecting us and is just our way to communicate with each other.
And let's talk about what you're studying here at Robert Morris and what you hope to do.
I'm a sports management major.
Very good. Yeah. So how do you want to use your degree? Do you want to work at a college, work at a high school program, professional?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure yet.
Sure.
But I would like to be a coach or be director in any club back home or institution related with the sports, of course.
All right. Super. Sol Castro, our guest in this first segment of the Bobby Moe Show here today. Wish you the best of luck the rest of the way. We're going to talk to Mackenzie Amelia coming up next, one of your teammates here on the Bobby Moe Show right here on the RMU Athletics Game Day app.
Get a group together and cheer on your RMU Colonials with teammates, family, and friends. Group tickets are now on sale for all RMU men's and women's basketball games at the UPMC Event Center. Groups of 10 or more save big, and there are exclusive on-court experiences for groups of 25 or more. Non-stop action, fantastic promotions, and lots of fun all season long. Call the RMU Group Sales Hotline at 412-397-4949 or check it out at rmucolonials.com.
Next up on the Bobby Moe Show is another member of the women's basketball team here at Robert Morris University, Mackenzie Amelia, who is a 5'5" guard, a sophomore for the Colonials, who's averaging 6.7 points, 3.2 boards, 2 assists a ball game, and playing about 20 and a half minutes per ball game. She hails from Blackhawk High School just outside of Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. When people talk about women's basketball in Western Pennsylvania, the WPIL, Blackhawk always comes up. And I know you're proud of that, right?
Yes, definitely.
Well, let's talk about your high school career before we talk about Robert Morris and all the things you accomplished while at Blackhawk High School.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a great experience. I loved playing high school basketball, but I couldn't have done anything that I accomplished without any of my teammates there. So, big credits to all of them and my coaches that helped me through it. Coach Ludovico and my dad were a big part of my success. So, I mean, all the credit goes to them and my teammates.
I knew your dad from the days that he was an assistant coach on the guys' team at Blackhawk High School. He's a Beaver County Hall of Famer, and I'll tell you what, he is truly missed. There's no question about it, but your dad, Bob, was a fantastic girls basketball coach in his own right as well. What was it like playing for him and learning under him and all the knowledge that he brought to the game?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely, he was an amazing coach, and I think that's where I get all of my knowledge from. I couldn't have done any of this or be where I am without him. And he was just an amazing person to play for. He was that person who wouldn't be afraid to tell you what you were doing wrong, but also bring the positive aspect to it. So he wouldn't make you like lose any of your confidence. He would bring that confidence to the team, and he would bring the energy to the team.
Sure. How much of that got exchanged in the house too? I mean, did he cut it off at basketball practice, or did he bring some of that home for you?
I mean, we talked about basketball a lot in our house. I mean, that was what our relationship was mainly built off of. But it wasn't like any type of like heated arguments or anything. Like, he was amazing and always giving me like the confidence that I needed. And when I felt down on myself, he would always bring me back up and bring me that confidence that I needed. So he was a great reassurance to have.
He was a good guy. I can tell you that, having known him for 30, almost 40 years, I guess. Mackenzie Amelia is our guest here on this segment of the Bobby Moe Show. All right, let's turn our attention to Robert Morris basketball right now, and tell me about the experiences that you're having. Just recently, you won 2 games in a row.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely awesome to get on this 2-game win streak, especially going into these Horizon League games that we have coming up. Green Bay is definitely going to be a tougher opponent than we have faced. They're going to be one of the toughest opponents we've faced so far this year. So we definitely needed that energy coming from our 2 wins and carry that over to the Green Bay game.
Now, you've been coming off the bench, right? Mm-hmm. Is that how different has that been for you? Starting just about every game in high school, and then coming here and coming off the bench.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely weird. I think I've started like every game of my life. So, but I just focus on like doing what my coaches and what my team needs me to do. If they need me to come off the bench and bring the energy from there, or be the better energy on the bench, then I'll just do whatever they need.
All right, Mackenzie Amelia is my guest in this segment of the Bobby Moe Show. You mentioned the next games coming up are big ones because they are Horizon League games. Now, every game that you play counts, but these kind of count double, right, because they are conference games.
Yeah, these are definitely going to be some important games, and playing 2 really good teams coming up, getting those wins would be huge for us and bringing us up higher in the rankings. So if we could get these 2 wins, that would be really great for us.
Let's talk a little bit about the classroom. What are you majoring in here?
I'm biology major.
Okay. What do you plan to do?
I haven't completely decided, but I'm leaning towards pediatric occupational therapy. It's not set in stone, but it is something that I really looked into. I really want to help people, and whatever like God's plan for me is in that way, then that's what I'll do.
Well, that degree will get you anywhere anyway, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of options I could do.
How come Robert Morris? Why did you end up selecting Robert Morris to play?
I mean, honestly, it was kind of like I was just very blessed that it was so close to home.
Sure.
That wasn't even like in my plan, but like looking at it now, that it's been a complete blessing just because of like everything we've gone through with our family. But I chose it because of the relationship that I had with the coaches. Coach B and the coaching staff, Coach Schneider, all of them had really good, strong faith, and that was really important to me. And that was just the connection that I built with them. So having that connection and just our meeting, as soon as I left from my official visit with them, I knew that this was where I was supposed to be.
Well, we're glad you're here, no doubt about it. Now, when people talk about you played at Blackhawk, but they say you're from Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, I mean, there's a rivalry between Beaver Falls and Blackhawk. Does it kind of bug you when they say on television, on ESPN Plus, oh, she's from Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania? Do you want them to say Blackhawk?
I mean, it doesn't really make a difference to me. I think people that are from around here like know that I have gone to Blackhawk,
Sure.
So it doesn't really bug me too much.
Yeah, I'm just talking like a Beaver County guy, so you know how it goes. Mackenzie, thanks for joining me. Next up, we're going to talk to another member of the women's basketball team, Esther Castito, right here on the Bobby Moe Show, right after this.
Have you ordered your Perry's Ice Cream Family Fun Pack yet? Enjoy all the excitement of RMU football and men's and women's basketball with delicious Perry's Ice Cream, the official ice cream of the RMU Colonials. Get 4 game day tickets and 4 Perry's Ice Cream treats for $40. For more information and to order your Perry's Family Fun Pack, call the RMU ticket hotline at 412-397-4949 or check it out at rmucolonials.com.
The Robert Morris women's basketball team, winners of 2 consecutive games. They beat Morehead State and Canisius in a row and have picked up a number of victories so far in the early part of the season. And we're real early in the basketball season right now, but we're late in the Bobby Moe Show. Our last guest here in the Bobby Moe Show this week is Esther Castito. She is the top scorer on the women's basketball team. as of the latest stat sheet, at 11.7 points per ball game, 3.3 rebounds. She's averaging 32 and a half minutes. Esther, you're out on the floor a lot.
Yeah, I guess I am.
Obviously, you like it that way, right? You want to be out there in the action.
I mean, it is always nice to contribute to the team, and like if the coaches want me to be on the court, I'll do everything that I can to help my team to do good.
Obviously, you had to have a lot of stamina, a lot of work in the preseason over the summer to get in the kind of shape that it takes to play 32 and a half minutes a ball game.
Yeah, it's a long preseason. There was a little bit of injuries here and there, but I'm feeling good right now. I'm ready to play. I definitely want to play. You can see in my stat sheet that I want to play and I want to be there for my team.
Okay. You're from Spain.
Yes.
How did you end up at Robert Morris University? I realize there's an international flavor to the women's basketball team here and has for quite some time. But how did you end up at Robert Morris?
After I was done with high school, I definitely wanted to travel and also play basketball and also finish my studies. So this was a great opportunity for me to like kind of get the taste, get a degree at the same time playing basketball. Great program, very successful program, and I'm very happy to be here, to be honest.
Okay, if you can, we need to develop a picture. What are the differences between where you're from in Spain and Pittsburgh? If you could contrast for us the differences between your home and our home here.
Pittsburgh is a lot bigger. The weather is very similar. It doesn't snow in where I'm from, but it's always nice to see a little bit of snow just for 2 days. Then it's a little too much.
You're
but, yeah.
exactly right. I agree with a little bit of snow is okay. Looking out the window at it
Yeah.
is really, really nice. Obviously, you're putting up a lot of points right now, and you're no stranger to scoring points in basketball. Let's talk about how you developed your game and how you learned the sport.
I mean, I grew up with the sport. I started playing when I was 3. My brother played before me. He helped me a lot. And I'm just, like, again, trying to help the team. Scoring a lot of points, but it's all because of my team. My team is, like, getting me open. My team is letting me help them. So I'm very thankful for them. And I think we're, like, starting to do better and, like, get our connection going. I know we have a very young team, but we're getting there.
Okay. Esther Castito is my guest in this segment of the Bobby Moe Show from the women's basketball team here at Robert Morris University. I know that not only do you have a lot of talent on the basketball court, but in the classroom as well. I know that you're a Horizon League Spring Academic Honor Roll recipient, a Fall Academic Honor Roll recipient. I can go on and on and on. You've gotten honors from the Commissioner's Honor Roll. How do you balance basketball and the books?
Sometimes it's not easy, but studies come first. Academic comes first. We're basketball players, but we're here to study as well. So you need to find a healthy balance. You need to find every single moment that you can on the road, on the bus, to do your homework, to study for the test. It's quite challenging, but like you can do it if you put the effort.
It's a little bit different than, when some of us who are a little bit older, actually a lot older than you were growing up, because you literally had to carry the books with you. Now, so much is in the internet and in technology that you're able to study with a laptop or actually an iPad in some cases.
Yes, it's so much easier. Yeah,
obviously it is. Well, let's talk about your major right now. What are you majoring in?
I'm business management.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you hope to do?
That is a great question. I don't know yet. I know that after I'm done here, I want to go back and play basketball overseas, hopefully back home in Spain. But I'm going to move with basketball. I'm going to do whatever I can. I'm going to keep playing, and after that, we'll see, one day at a time. One day at a time,
indeed. There's plenty of time to make up that decision for sure. Esther Castito, thank you so much for joining me today on the Bobby Moe Show. It's been a pleasure. All right, next up, we're going to take a look at the scores and the schedules ahead for both the women's and the men's teams. That's in our next segment of the Bobby Moe Show right here.
Welcome back, RMU basketball fans. Single game tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster for all RMU men's and women's basketball home games at the UPMC Event Center. Don't miss out on the full court excitement of RMU and Horizon League basketball. Non-stop action, fantastic promotions, and lots of fun all season long. Go to Ticketmaster and get your tickets now. To stay up to date on all RMU basketball news, download the RMU Game Day app or check it out at rmucolonials.com.
Let's catch up with all things Colonial right now. First of all, women's basketball beat Morehead State 69-45. Then they won another one at Canisius up in Buffalo, 57-43 this past Saturday. Tonight, they're going to host Green Bay, the Phoenix, and the Colonials at the UPMC Event Center, 7 o'clock p.m. tip. It'll be on ESPN Plus with Adam Gusky and Justin Piles on the call. Also, they'll play Saturday against Milwaukee at home starting at 1 o'clock. Same deal, ESPN Plus game right here on the Robert Morris campus. As far as men's basketball is concerned, the Colonials lost at Davidson last Saturday, 88-70. They'll be at Green Bay tonight. That's an 8 o'clock tip-off. You'll be able to hear the game live on the RMU Athletics Game Day app. I'll be on the call starting at 7:45 p.m. this evening. Then the Colonial men's team heads to Milwaukee for a Saturday noon tip-off. And again, 11:45 will be the pregame show time right here on the RMU Athletics Game Day app. You'll be able to hear the audio broadcast of that game free of charge. Then next week, the Colonial guys end up coming back home again. Only their second home game. It'll be against Lancaster Bible in a non-conference game. That'll be Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. We'll have that game for you on ESPN Plus. Jimmy Elias will be on the call with me for that one. You'll also be able to hear the audio broadcast of that game starting at 7 o'clock on the RMU Athletics Game Day app. And that's it for the Bobby Moe Show this week. I'm Chris Shublin. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you next time right here on the RMU Athletics Game Day app and the Bobby Moe Show.